Okay, we'll start with our today's class. Okay, have you have attempted your open book exam, CP open book exam?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So 3 programs రాసారా? సో
Yes,
ఓపెన్ బుక్ లో
ma'am.
ఇచ్చిన 3 ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అటెంప్ట్ చేశారా? అంటే కరెక్టా రాంగా కాదు, అటెంప్ట్ చేశారా?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
అటెంప్ట్ చేశారు. ఓకే, సో సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా ఎంతమంది రాశారు? అంటే కరెక్ట్ అని, కన్ఫర్మ్ గా కరెక్ట్ అని, అంటే యాక్చువల్గా అవి పెద్ద టఫ్ ఏం లేవు, చిన్న ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఏను. కన్ఫర్మ్ గా కరెక్ట్ అవుతాయి అనుకున్న వాళ్ళు ఎంతమంది రాశారు? 1 శివలక్ష్మి I6 3 members. Only 4. Only 5. Okay. Okay, we'll start with our today's class. Okay, today we'll go through the topic is we have seen all the 4 different types of arguments passed to the functions. Okay, positional, keyword arguments, and default arguments and variable length arguments. Okay, so within the variable length arguments we have seen the 2 types. One is the passing the variable length argument as an list or as a dictionary. Okay, so for the dictionary, if you want to pass the argument as a dictionary, then we need to give the argument name and the value. Okay, then those will be considered as the dictionary. Okay, next we will go for the scope of the variables within the Python. Okay, next we'll see the concept of global variables and local variables. Okay, I'll see one small concept, global and local variables. Okay, these variables are we'll call it as a scope of a variable. Okay, or we can call it as the existence of the variable. Okay, how much of a time the variable is existed within the memory, and in what area we can access the variable. Okay, at the same time we will get the area of accessing that particular variable. Okay, even the variable is available within the memory. Okay, sometimes we may not access the variable in some places of the program. Okay, so that is also we'll call it as the scope. Existence and availability of the variable is called as the scope. Okay, so here in this we have 2 types, global and local variables. Global variables are the variables which has no limit of accessing of a variable. Okay, from the declaration of the variable, we can access that variable at anywhere in any of the function or in any part of the program. Okay, and the variable is also available in the memory, okay, throughout the program. Okay, from the declaration of the variable to the again the variable is deleted from the memory. Okay, up to that particular situation the variable is available. Okay, and local variables are the variables which are available for a particular duration and are accessible in a particular area of the program. Okay, those are called as the local variables. Okay, these variables are generally the variables which are declared within the functions. Okay, so the whatever the variables which are declared within the functions and the parameters which are used within the function, okay, those we can call them as the local variables. Okay, those variables are having a scope is to up to that particular function only, and these variables also has the existence and the availability, both are in that particular function. Okay, so these variables are available in the memory is also for that particular function, and are also accessible only in that particular function. Okay. Say the example is like we have declared one variable total and assigned with a value equals to 0. Okay, here this variable can be called as a global variable. Okay, because this variable is not defined with any of the function, so this is outside the functions. Okay, so that we can call this variable as a global variable. Okay, and here these two, there is a sum1 function, and where we have two arguments, argument 1 and argument 2. These two are the local variables. These two are local variables. Okay, and also here we are using a one more variable total equals to arg1 plus arg2. Okay, here whenever you are using a total, again here, okay, this is considered as again another variable, okay, which is different from the global variable local. Okay, this is different and this total variable is the different. Okay, okay, because this global variable has the existence throughout the program, but it has the limited scope. Okay, that is within the functions we are not able to access the total variable, but outside the functions, okay, throughout our session of the Python we can access the total variable. Okay, so that here whenever you are using a total equals to arg1 plus arg2, okay, now this total is considered as a local variable, that is it creates a one more total variable as a local variable for this sum function. Okay, so it adds arg1 plus arg2 and stores into the total variable, and whenever we display the total, we'll get the total value and return the total. Okay, and this variable is limited with the memory availability is only within this function. Okay, again we are writing a one more function, difference function. Okay, here also we are using another two arguments and a one more total variable. Okay, again it creates a one more total variable here. Okay, because this sum1 total variable is deleted at this place. Okay, whenever the function is closed, okay, then it deletes the total variable and also it deletes the arg1 variable and arg2 variable. Those all three variables will be deleted whenever the function closes. Okay. So whenever you are creating a difference function, again it creates a one more arg1 variable and one more arg2 variable and another total variable. Okay. So it finds the difference of the arg1 and arg2. Okay, and it gets the total value, and here we can display the total value, return the total value. Again, whenever this function is closed, okay, then again it deletes the total variable and also it deletes the arg1 variable and also it deletes the arg2 variable. So all these three variables again are deleted from the memory. Okay, so now whenever you are coming out of the sum functions, okay, now we are calling a sum1 of 10 comma 20. Okay, and we are trying to print here the total value, and here also we are trying to print the total value. Okay, can you expect what will be the total value here in these two? Evening.
30.
What is the first total value?
30.
30. Second total?
20.
Once clearly observe.
0, ma'am.
0. Okay, for the
0.
first total 0. Second total?
0, ma'am.
Okay, why? Why?
Global variable is 0, ma'am.
Okay. But here
Ma'am,
we
calling
return
function
this
total
we
of 4
return this
చేస్తే
total
సరిపోతుంది.
variable కదా. చెప్పండి.
అంటే రిటర్న్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఇట్ మస్ట్ బి స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ ఏ వేరియబుల్ కదా మ్యామ్. ఆ కాలింగ్ ఫంక్షన్ వేరియబుల్ లో
Yeah.
స్టోర్ చేస్తే టోటల్ అనే వేరియబుల్ లో సో దట్ అప్పుడు ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది కదా మ్యామ్.
Yes, yes. Actually, we returned the value here, but we didn't use that variable. We didn't store that value into another variable. Okay, say if we are saying that here the total equals to okay, total equals to sum1. Okay, then it throws a 30 into the total variable, then we'll get the 30. Okay, here also the same. If you are giving a variable total equals to difference, okay, then it throws the total value into the variable, then the difference value will be stored into the total variable, then we'll get the actually the difference value 20. Okay, so that we are not storing this value here. Okay, so that we have the global variable value 0, so that we'll get the global value, the total 0 value in the print. Okay, so whenever we are getting a difference of this C language C language global variable and Python global variable differences, within the C language, global variable can be accessible within the functions also. Okay, once you declared the any global variable outside the main function, okay, the variable can be accessible throughout the program, even in the main and even in the other functions also. Okay, but here in the Python, whenever you are declaring a global variable, that is used outside the functions only, not inside the functions. Okay, so whatever the variables are inside the function, those will be considered as the local variables. Okay, and only outside the functions, throughout your Python session, you can access the total variable. అంటే పైథాన్ సెషన్ అంటే మీరు కన్సోల్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తుంటే కన్సోల్ ప్రాంప్ట్ దగ్గర ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ డిక్లేర్డ్ వన్ వేరియబుల్ టోటల్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0, until unless you are not closing that console window, your total variable will be available. Okay, so as the same way, whenever you are using a script window, within that script window, if you are declaring a one total variable, okay, that will be available throughout that script window, that is throughout that Python file .py file. Okay, okay, note down for this global and local variables, put the side heading as global and local variables. The global variables, the global variables are stored in the memory, at the time of declaration, and are available in the memory, throughout the program, In Python, the variable declared outside the function, is known as global variable, and is accessible outside the functions, and throughout the program, Next, for the local variables, the local variables are The local variables are created within the function. The local variables are created within the function and are deleted at the end of the function Local variables are only accessible within the function. Are only accessible within the function. Okay, we'll see the small example for this. Write a program to explain about global and local variables. Okay, just this as an example for global and local variables. Okay, I'll declare the one global variable. Okay, whenever you are declaring any global variable outside the functions, okay, that will be have a existence from the declaration of the variable. Okay, either you can declare in the beginning, or you can declare in the middle, or you can declare at the last, but it has the existence is from the declaration of that variable to the complete program. Okay, here we don't have any fixed place to declare the global variables. Okay, either we can declare before the at the starting of the program, or in the middle, or in the last. Wherever you require, you can declare the variable. Okay. Max equals to 999. Okay, I'm defining a function. Max 1 అని ఇద్దాం, ఆల్రెడీ బిల్ట్ ఇన్ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది కదా. Max of a comma b. Yes.
మ్యాథ్స్ లో డబుల్ ఎక్స్ పడింది.
నేను కావాలని ఇచ్చాను. అంటే యాక్చువల్గా సింగిల్ ఎక్స్ అయితే మ్యాక్స్ బిల్ట్ ఇన్ ఫంక్షన్ కదా, అందుకని డబల్ ఎక్స్ ఇచ్చాను. A is greater than B, then max 1 equals to A, else max 1 equals to B. Return max 1. Okay. Max of 10 comma 20. Print max value. This is our global variable. And this max is our local variable. note down this example. Okay, prints a global variable value. Because
మ్యామ్
yes. చెప్పండి.
మ్యామ్ అక్కడ మ్యాక్స్ వన్ వేరియబుల్ గ్లోబల్ గా డిక్లేర్ చేయకపోతే ఇక్కడ లోకల్ వేరియబుల్ ప్రింట్ అయితే మ్యామ్.
ఆహా, అవ్వదు. అంటే ఇది
మన
డిక్లేర్
మామూలు ఫంక్షన్స్
చేయకపోతే
అలానే
ఇక్కడ
కదా.
ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది మనకి. అంటే ఇక్కడ డిక్లేర్ చేయకపోతే ఇక్కడ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. అంటే మ్యాక్స్ 1 అనేది లేదు కాబట్టి వేరియబుల్ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. బట్
అంటే మనం ఇక్కడ లోకల్ తీసుకుంటే మ్యాక్స్ వన్ వేరియబుల్
ఇక్కడ
అక్కడే లోకల్ గా మ్యాక్స్ వన్ వేరియబుల్ డిక్లేర్ చేస్తే అదే ప్రింట్ అయ్యేది కదా మ్యామ్. మ్యాక్స్ వన్ ప్రింట్ లోకల్ వేరియబుల్.
అవును. Okay, we are getting a 999. Okay, why? Because we are not stored the value. Say if we are giving a max 1 here, okay, then it changes the value of your global variable. Global variable initially 999 only. Whenever you are stored the return value of max to the max 1, okay, then we will get that returned value. Now the max value is 20. So whatever the variables which are declared outside the functions are global variables. Within the function are local variables. Okay, this is only the difference in the Python. Outside the function declared variables are global. Inside the function variables are local. These local variables will not have any existence to outside the function. సో ఈ ఫంక్షన్కి అవుట్ సైడ్ మీకు ఈ వేరియబుల్స్కి అస్సలు అవైలబిలిటీ ఉండదు, ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్ ఉండదు. Okay, have you noted the example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll move to the next topic. Okay, once say the answers for this. A function in Python can return more than one value.
True, ma'am.
True, ma'am.
As in, how can we return the more than one value?
Tuple, ma'am.
Tuple. Okay, good. How many types of arguments are there in the Python?
4.
4, ma'am.
4 types of, ma'am.
This question you didn't get now. Okay, next వచ్చే టాపిక్ ఈ క్వశ్చన్. యాక్చువల్ లాంబ్డా ఫంక్షన్స్ అని అనానిమస్ ఫంక్షన్స్ మనకి ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్ అది. ఓకే, I will go for the next topic. Okay, next put the side heading as anonymous functions. Okay, these are the another type of functions within the Python. Okay. As similar to the normal functions, okay, we have a different type of functions in the Python are anonymous functions. These functions are defined without the name. Okay, this is a main thing that we need to remember for the anonymous functions. Anonymous is nothing but no identification. Okay, generally we can call anonymous area or anonymous person or anonymous thing or any ఏదైనా వస్తువు కానీ సో ఏదైనా ప్లేస్ కానీ ఏదైనా పర్సన్ కానీ సో ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ సేయింగ్ దట్ anonymous, that is you don't know the name of the person or you don't know the name of the place or you don't know the name of a particular thing or anything or something. Okay, then though that will be called as anonymous, general meaning of anonymous ante. As in the same way, within the functions also we can create the functions without the name. Okay, when we will use these anonymous functions is, okay, say for example my function has only one line of a code. Okay, generally like say sum of the two numbers. Okay, actually sum of two numbers is a plus b. Okay, for this we don't require the function name and declaration of the function, and again for that our memory unit will create the some memory space. Okay, for registering of the function name and for storing of that parameters, and for the for that particular function it allocates some block of the memory space, and within that it stores the data, and it stores the function name. Okay, for all these things it takes some memory space. The function name store cheyadaniki, function parameter store cheyadaniki, and the block of the function store cheyadaniki it takes some memory space. But actually here we are writing only the simple one line of a code is a plus b. Okay, otherwise c equals to a plus b, return c, either one line or two lines of the code. Okay, for these type of simple functions and small functions we don't require the function name and we need not to waste that much of memory space. Okay, especially for these types of things we can go for the anonymous functions. Okay, in our real life generally we'll use this anonymous is, say for example if you are going to some particular place or you are going to some particular function. Okay, you'll be observe some anonymous persons there. Okay, because you don't want to remember their names and you don't want to remember the person also. Okay, because those are not related to you. Okay, say if you are going to any some party or something, any event. Okay, there you may be observe the different number of persons, anonymous persons. Okay, you don't want to remember those all persons. Okay, whatever the circle you have, only you want to remember those persons. Okay, or remaining all you want to make them you want to identify them as the anonymous. Okay, okay, in that case because you don't want to waste your memory, okay, for remembering of those all persons names. Okay, those all places. Okay, whatever the places which you are not interested or which are not required for you. Okay, as the same way here also we can reduce the system memory space, okay, by defining the functions without the name. Okay, for small functions which where we don't require this much of a memory space is required. Okay, even ఆ functions ఆ కోడ్ ని మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా రాసినా కూడా అంతకన్నా తక్కువ మెమరీ స్పేసే పడుతుంది. Okay, but అదే అలాంటి సింపుల్ లైన్స్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ కి if you are declaring a function, then it takes a more memory space compared to writing that code within the program itself. Okay, so for those type of functions Python is providing us the special feature to declare the anonymous functions. Okay, so these anonymous functions are defined with a keyword is lambda. Okay, without the except the function name we can give a keyword as lambda, and we can specify the parameters and we can write the one line of a code with a return statement and others. Okay, so just like ఇవి ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే మనకి లిస్ట్ కాంప్రహెన్షన్స్ లాగా ఉంటాయి. అంటే మనం యూజ్ చేయడం కానీ చూడ అవి ఫంక్షన్స్ మనకి సిమిలర్ టు లిస్ట్ కాంప్రహెన్షన్స్ లాగా ఉంటాయి lambda functions. Okay, and next they're related to anonymous functions. These functions can also be called as lambda functions. Okay, and this also takes a number of arguments. Whatever the number of arguments you want to pass, you can pass number of arguments. Okay, but here it can have only one expression. We cannot write more than one lines because this lambda function must be ended within a one line. Okay, this will be started and ended within the one line. You cannot write in number of lines. And these anonymous functions generally called as macros within the C language, okay, or inline functions within the C++. Okay, in C++ we'll call these functions as inline functions. But there in the C, macros in the C and inline functions in the C++, we'll give the names. It will give the name for the function. But here in the Python, we don't give the name. Okay. In the C language, macro is defined with the help of a hash define. I think you may be all aware of this. Hash define. This we can also call it as constant declaration. Okay, the same we can also use for macro declaration. Okay, define, say for example, f is my function, f of x, okay, is a function name, and here my code is x square, x into x. This you can write within the C. Okay, wherever you are using a f of within the main, you can write it as f of 10. Okay, it gives a square of the 10. Okay, x is the 10 is used for the x value, and this x value, that 10 is substituted in the place of this x value, x place. So it gets the x into x, you'll get the 10 to 10, okay, 100. That you can store into the some other variable, some a equals to f of 10. Okay, so like this we can create the simple functions using the hash define within the C language. As the same way we can use in the inline functions of a C++ also. Okay, so మన Cలో జనరల్గా ఈ డిఫైన్ అని కీవర్డ్ కాన్స్టెంట్స్ డిక్లరేషన్స్కి అండ్ సబ్స్టిట్యూషన్స్కి కూడా యూజ్ చేస్తాం. Okay, as the same way we can use for this type of a small functions. Okay, the same we can also call here the anonymous functions, but C language it has some name, but in the our Python we don't have the names. Okay, and these also call them as instant functions. Okay, that is at the same place the function will be created and deleted. Instant functions is, we can also call that as wherever you are creating the lambda function, in the same place the function is created and executed and is also deleted from the memory. Okay, those like instant functions we can call. Okay, generally these functions are used for sorting and filtering of a data. Note down for the anonymous functions. Anonymous functions are similar to the normal functions, but are created without name, The anonymous functions are not allotted with any memory, These functions are created with the lambda keyword, LAMBDA, lambda keyword. These functions are created with the lambda keyword. And are also known as lambda functions. These functions has arguments. These functions has arguments but are specified with only one expression because these functions are written in only one line. Because these functions are written in only one line. Written in only one line. These functions are similar to the macros in C. And inline functions in C++. These functions are generally used in sorting and filtering of data. Sorting and filtering of data. Sorting and filtering of data. Okay, next we'll see the example and syntax of these lambda functions. Okay, this is the anonymous functions, lambda functions declaration. Here we'll write like this. Lambda keyword, L is the small letter, don't use the capital letter. Lambda space the required number of arguments, whatever the number of arguments you require, you can write the number of arguments with a comma separation, colon your required expression. Okay, whatever the expression you want to apply on that arguments, you can write that expression. Okay, only this is the lambda function. Okay, this is the syntax. Just we will see the difference between the lambda and anonymous functions with the definition. Okay, this is a normal function. Def f of x return 2 into x plus 3. Okay, 2x plus 3. Okay, so it takes the f is the here the function name. It takes the one argument is the x, and that x is substituted here in the expression. So return this expression value 2 into x, substitute the x value plus 3. Okay, whatever the value you will get with this, that will be returned. Okay, and return and stored into the another variable. Okay, and this lambda expression is like this. Lambda space the argument, whatever the argument you want to pass, that argument colon 2 into x plus 3. This x is substituted here, and it finds the value of this expression, and that expression value will be returned. Okay. Here we have a one more possibility is we can store into a one variable this lambda expression, that this is the complete this lambda function, lambda statement we can store into a one variable. Okay, say for example if you are calling this at somewhere else, the lambda function oka place lo declare cheyali, but I want to use that lambda function in another place. Okay, I want to declare the lambda function at one place and I want to use that lambda function in another place. Then I can store this lambda expression into a one variable. Okay, and wherever you require that lambda expression to be executed, there you can execute like this, k of 4. K is the lambda expression, and of 4 is the 4 is passed as a parameter for the x value, x variable, and it substitutes the x variable 4 value in the x place and it returns the value. Similarly, we can call the f function with f of 4. Okay. Say if you want to call the function at the same place, you need not to use the k variable. Here itself, just give the one space and you can give the value here itself. Okay, that is, it creates a lambda expression. At the same time, it calls the lambda expression also. That is, it executes the lambda expression also with the value 4. Okay, 4 is passed as a value to the x variable and x is substituted here, and it finds a value and it is stored into the k variable. ఇలా చేయొచ్చు. Actually, at the same place, if you want to execute the function also, we can call that with the round brackets and your required values you can pass. Okay. Otherwise, we can store the lambda expression into a variable and that can be called at anywhere in the program. Okay. So note down the syntax and these two examples. ఈ టూ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ అంటే నార్మల్ ఫంక్షన్, లాంబ్డా ఫంక్షన్, ఇది మొత్తం నోట్ చేసుకోండి, ఇది వద్దులే. Okay, note down the syntax and this example. Okay, meanwhile, we'll also write the example in this ideally. They needed win. Okay, if you are completed the example in the PPT and also note down this example in the IDLE. Here we are taking a two variables and we declared a lambda function with the x comma y, two arguments. Okay, and we want to find out 2x plus 3y. And here I am accepting the values from the keyboard input. Enter. Okay, now we want to call that lambda function with the f of a comma b. Okay, here this is to be printed, so print result equals to f of a comma b. This lambda function example. Okay, like this lambda functions, we can declare n number of lambda functions with our required small expressions. Okay, mathematical expressions వాటితోటి మనం ఎన్ని lambda functions అయినా క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. Okay, save the file. run the module. Okay, enter a number 20. Sorry. So 2 into 23 plus 3 into 4. Okay, its value is 58. Okay, note down this example also for anonymous functions. These functions can also be used as an parameter in the another while calling the functions. Okay, whenever you are calling any some function and you want to pass the expression value as a value for the parameter. Okay, there also we can use these lambda functions. Okay, say for example, I have a function like sum function. Assume that there is a function sum. Okay, which is has to be added the two values. The two values are my two expression results. Okay, I want to add the one expression result and another expression result. Okay, and I want to get the sum value. Okay, then I can create the two lambda functions. Here I can use a one lambda function and another function also I can use as a parameter. Okay, like this also we can use the lambda functions as the parameters. ఇలా కూడా యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, జస్ట్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూపిస్తున్నాను. సో ఇది నోట్ చేసుకోకండి, జస్ట్ ఐడియా కోసం రాశాను. ఓకే, సో ఇంతవరకు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కంప్లీట్ అయిందా ప్రీవియస్ దాని వరకు? So another example for the lambda function. Okay, so here it has to add the given value is to be added with the 10 value. So a plus 10 and x of 5, it passes the 5 to the lambda function and it adds a 10. So we'll get the 15. Okay, there's another some small example. Okay, there's another example here. Okay, here I want to get a full name of the some particular with the given values. I want to get the full name. Okay, so ఇచ్చిన వాల్యూస్ తోటి నాకు ఫుల్ నేమ్ ఒకటి జనరేట్ అయ్యి డిస్ప్లే అవ్వాలి. సో lambda function with the two arguments first and last are the two arguments. Okay, okay, here I want to print a message like this. Full name is a message is to be displayed colon first dot title. Okay, that is first is the your one argument. Okay, dot title. Okay, it calls the title method of the first argument. Okay, it's generally the first argument is a string value. Okay, string dot title is nothing but you'll get the as it is the string value. Okay, you'll get the title case of the string value. Okay, title case is nothing but you'll get each word first letter as the capital letter. Okay, title function is which returns as title case of the string. String the title case return చేస్తుంది. Title case is nothing but each word first letter is the capital letter. It capitalizes the each word first letter. Okay, first dot title within the curly brackets we are using because to print that particular value here, and last dot title it also converts the last name into the title case. Okay, and it substitutes the value of first variable and last variable values are substituted here. Okay, and it forms a string as full name colon your given values. Okay, now full name of you are passing a two strings Guido and Van Rossum, two strings. Okay, you'll get the output as full name colon G capital letter, Guido, Van V capital letter, Rosam R capital letter. Okay. So by using the passing two values, we are forming a one full name value. Okay, by converting the values into the title cases. Okay, note down this example also. Okay, this F is for to specify that this part of a data is a string. Okay, అంటే ఈ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ a డేటాని ఒక ఫార్మాటెడ్ స్ట్రింగ్ లాగా ఫామ్ చేయడానికి విల్ యూజ్ అ లెటర్ స్మాల్ ఎఫ్. Is all of you noted this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Lambda expressions can be has more number of arguments, 1 or 2 or 3 or any number of arguments we can use. Okay. This already you know. Okay, this we will see in the next class. Lambda functions with the map functions and others. Okay, lambda with the filter functions. Okay, and also we'll use this lambda functions in the dictionary comprehensions. Dictionary comprehensions వాటిలో కూడా యూజ్ చేస్తాం, so that then we will see the dictionary comprehensions also. Okay, just once practice these lambda functions. Okay, is there any doubts in the today's class, or we can stop the class? Any doubts unnaya? No doubts, sir. Okay, you can leave the class from now.